Do you guys see how beautiful and golden yellow those egg yolks are? Orangey-ish. I'm making some pancakes that have mostly coconut flour and a little bit of cassava because I am trying to limit the grains and lectins in my diet right now, or at least reduce them as much as possible since I'm a Spoonie. Um, that is like normal. Anyone who has their own chickens, they're used to seeing really pretty eggs like that. So I forget to ever show them. The reason why I'm showing them is because I remember what the eggs looked like when my mom used to crack open the store eggs. And we've bought store eggs before too, before we had chickens. And sometimes the yellow was so pale. It was like a lighter than like a lemon custard or something. Really, really pale yellow, which is sad. This is just beautiful. It's rich, and they're from super happy chickens. This turned out pretty good. It is right around 500 calories for all of it. There is actually a little one that I already ate. I think it might be a little bit, I don't know, texture-wise, if it's exactly what I'd like, but it is got like a tablespoon of cassava, mostly coconut flour and the eggs and everything. And I did mash like some banana in with it, and then the rest of it I have on the side of the plate. So it's pretty good and filling. I have not eaten anything yet today, and it's already 2. For dinner tonight, I just made potatoes and broccoli. Kiddos are gone this weekend, and I just decided to take a down slow day. So I didn't eat breakfast until 2, so it's like a lunch, breakfast in one. And let's see, I have been up since 9 something. I slept in and I took my time today. I had a lot of stuff to do with all the animals, being by myself. And for dinner, I baked my broccoli in the oven. I cooked my potatoes in the pressure cooker because all of these health gurus, really doctors and stuff, say that potatoes have lectins in them and that can cause inflammation. And I'm trying to reduce my inflammation because of my chronic pain. And I mixed a little bit of my nutritional yeast from Azure with a little bit of water because I just was not in the mood for anything like acidic like vinegar. And I put that on my broccoli with 1 tablespoon of that garlic tahini from Kroger. And I have a serving of sour cream on there. And let's see, this whole thing is only 387 calories. That's a lot of food. And it's got 12 grams of fiber, 16 grams of protein, 43 carbs, which of course less if you did net carbs. And it does have 16 grams of fat, but I think I kind of like having some healthy fat. It really prevents my blood sugar from spiking when I eat carbier foods. This morning, I would say my breakfast lunch had a lot more calories. It had close to 600 calories because it's all I'd had all day. And I know that if you added that up, 400 plus 600, 1,000 calories isn't really enough. And I don't want to, end up with this low metabolism or whatever, but I actually started soaking some oats yesterday, and I already drained the water once. They're soaking some more just to try to get out some of the lectins and phytic acid. And those of you who are not like super health nuts, I understand. Most of us Spoonies, we know more about health than most doctors. I think I might have said that before. Like, it's crazy how much we can be over zealous in the health pursuits. And most of us have already tried the extreme diets like carnivore or veganism, and none of those ever seem to work either. So we just try to really find what works for us. And it's oftentimes constant tweaking and stuff, right? So anyway, I'm soaking them, and I rinse the oats again, and I might have that for a little dessert tonight with some frozen fruit. I don't know. So when I said I was going to eat more yesterday, I ended up not doing it, even though I stayed up till after midnight. I just wasn't hungry. So I did not have enough to eat yesterday. So today, of course, I am so tired. I feel weak. I know I have been trying to lose weight mostly because I had gained so much with the surgery I had over a year now. And it was a surgery for like female issues, and it was a horrible, horrible surgery. And I still have real extreme pain sometimes from it, which is really sad. You kind of feel like the doctor must have botched something up. I don't know. But it can be horrible, horrible pain. And I had an episode of pain from it Friday night where the pain was so bad I almost vomited again. And so thankfully I didn't, but it's worse to me than child labor. It really is. Because, at least when you're having a baby, it's kind of like an overall pain. It's not one deep stabbing pain where you think there's a knife in you. So anyway, I didn't do much yesterday or eat much yesterday. And then today, I decided I just was not hungry. It is almost 1 and I haven't eaten anything yet. So I was like, nothing sounds good except soup. And I'm trying to reduce my lectins to see if it really helps with inflammation, and also think I'm going to be gluten-free for a while because that always seems to help with pain. And really, of course, reducing dairy to a minimal. I don't really seem to have pain or reactions with dairy, but I do feel like I have better digestion when I don't have it. So I decided to make homemade soup because I'm like, I have the canned pea soup, but that's got lectins in it. And I'm trying to limit that sort of stuff to maybe a serving a day, if that. And I wanted some soup I can nurse on all day. And I've got to drive couple of hours to my pain management tomorrow anyway. And let me see. This is one of those big canned jars of the Azure carrots. I blended up with a little bit of my broccoli and potato. And I added a lot of herbs that we grew just for medicinal purposes. We had our purple basil, our blue Syria sage. Now, the sage is still green, but it has the most beautiful flowers. It was probably the best show off in the garden last year. And I even put some shiso in there, which, if you think of shiso, I don't even know if it's technically the same kind of shiso. It looks like it, but that's the name that they use for, there's all different names for this weed. It's actually a weed here, and it's invasive. Rattlesnake weed, there's something else, beefsteak weed. It's actually really dangerous for cattle. It can kill cows if you let it grow up in your pasture, but it's actually very beneficial for us. It can help with a lot of ailments, right? And people make tea with it and stuff. I have that in there. I have a little bit of ginger, turmeric, that sort of thing. Like a medicinal soup I'm going to be sipping on all day. And I just thought I would show this while I was at it. I love these little bowls. Y'all know I got this from a Salvation Army for, I don't know, 40 cents, if that, maybe 25 cents. You know how it is with those thrift stores. Some things, like, you can find stuff that's more expensive there than it was originally. You could be like, oh yeah, I've seen that at the Dollar Tree, and they want $3 for it. The people who put prices on at Salvation Armies and thrift stores are like, it's like, do they not go out in the world? I don't get it. But this was super cheap, right? And these are the kind of little bowls I grew up with. I was born in January 81. So if you think about it, I'm literally less than a month away from being Gen X, but I was always called a millennial and grew up as a millennial, right? Then we have like the back here. Okay, look. It says whole and oven proof in USA. So it's made in the USA. It looks handmade. And these just hold heat so well. They're so cozy to hold. I admit that the old fugly colors of the old 70s and 80s may not be that appealing to people today, because I almost don't like earthy colors as much as my daughter does, because when you grow up at that time period, everything was earth tones. My parents' wedding colors are orange and yellow, and it's just I found it rather kind of gross. Like, why would you pick those colors for your wedding, Everything was like fall colors. Like, I don't even like decorating for fall. I do some, but not a lot, because I grew up with those year round. Everything was orange, brass, yellow, brown, lots of brown. Everything was like fall leaf colors in the early 80s. Everything in the house, right? And we still like it. So I mean, I still have oranges hanging in the windowsill. And I love brass from India. I don't know why, I just do. I have always just, I guess because I just remember tinkling with it when I was itty bitty, when it was in the house. And anytime I find brass from India, I just love it. But I was going to show this I got from Silver Dollar City a couple of years ago. There's no mark. The artist did not, it was handmade there at Silver Dollar City in Missouri, and they didn't put a mark on the bottom. So I don't have, anything mark. I can't believe they don't mark it as an artist. You'd think an artist would want to mark, who did it, the year or something, but they don't. But anyway, I love the blue, how it offsets the brown rim. And yes, I know these are natural colors, so it's probably more suitable, but oh, that is just the blue. I love that blue. I know it's not food, but I just thought I had to show it because I love these little bowls. Okay, so I am exhausted and tired because we almost had a 4-hour round trip to Fort Smith, which was kind of fun because whenever we go, instead of getting fast food, like, it's ridiculous. If you go to a fast food restaurant these days, say Taco Bell or anything else, you'll end up getting like tacos with nothing in them, tortillas and nothing in them. You're paying for mostly bread, and you end up paying like upwards of $8 to $13 a person unless you get specifically what's on sale. And if you have kids and teens, they like to pick out the expensive stuff and everything. So I just don't like fast food. It's just gross and a waste of your money. So what we like to do is go take a picnic at the river in Fort Smith, and you get to cross the old Indian territory. And for those of you who don't know about Fort Smith, the movie True Grit was based there. It kind of was the border to the Wild West in the old days. A lot of people always think of Texas as the Wild West, but most Westerns and most Western stories and novels are actually not based in Texas. It's all over the U.S., What I got was the Haverty cheese and the baguette bread, and it says, take and bake. They're already cooked. River got him this bread and this cheese, and he got a calzone, which he already ate. And he ended up not eating the cheese, and because he couldn't open it.
And the calzone was depressing.
Yeah, the calzone only had pepperoni, like no cheese in it, which is weird. We got these at Aldi, and what I did is this was like $2.99, and this was $1.69. So both of these are under $5 for my lunch, and as you can see, I have a lot left over. Like I tried to break off some to give to River, and then he didn't want it. So I ate like almost half of that, and maybe only a third of the bread. And I was so full I could not eat another bite. I am still feeling pretty full. Okay, so we got $130 of stuff, but it is so much food, I can't believe it. I can't believe how cheap it is compared to where we live, since we live in a food desert. And other people are used to these prices. We are not. Do you see this massive pizza that was under $7? It was on sale for $6 something. And you would get one half that size with half the toppings at our Walmart, okay? The onions we got for under $2. The broccoli was $1 something a pound. I'm trying to eat less gluten, by the way. I know I ate that bread, but I am normally at home going to be eating less lectins and gluten. So I got this for me, and some almond flour for me, and did get one of these. It's the first time we've bought anything not eaten in a long time. Also, we got hummus, and I got this. This is really sad that I would be this desperate. Last time I bought gyros at Aldi, I was grossed out. It tasted like really bad salami bologna, and it's not a gyro, I promise. These frozen sushi things are also really pathetic because frozen rice tastes really gross. But I'm desperate for a flavor that I miss because I used to get good food in Houston, and I just can't find that here. We got grapes. They look really good. Cilantro, and which used to grow practically wild in Houston during the winter because once you seed them, they keep coming every year. And then these Pink Lady apples. These were like maybe $2.99 for all of these, which is good. Got some beautiful, I don't like all the packaging they use, but it's just wonderful. These zucchinis look gorgeous. Mushrooms, both of those were under like $2 for a thing. Frozen berries. Oh, yum. Little thawed, but we use them to keep the meat cool. Look at this, was organic, free-range, certified humane chicken party wings. I got 2 packs. I would have gotten more, but I didn't want to spend too much money. And 50% off. These were under $2 a pound. They're about $1.80, $1.90 a pound because they were already on sale. And we got some Brussels sprouts. broccoli. Oh, I love those. They're so good. Got these for the kiddos. They love burritos. These were like $3.70 something, which is really good. Half the time there are $4.50 or more everywhere we go. And got these. These are about $1.50. The kids like those. I let River pick out some stuff. He picked out these and these, which of course are naughty. And these were like $1.50. Okay, that's a really good price for those. Got these, not the best price, but we just have these for what my daughter and I call like Shark Week, or when you're sick. You know, when you have no appetite, if you have to take ibuprofen, you can get woozy. So when you have crackers and like some milk or something, it just helps you not feel sick. Got all of these potatoes for cheaper than we can get here. Got them for like $4.99, $5 for the 10 pounds. So that's like 50 cents a pound. They're actually not that cheap here anymore. And got these to try to restock our pantry, one for each of us, just to put on the back stock because we actually ate a bunch over the last 2 months. And we got these to try. I used to be the only one interested in these, and it was funny because they get tongue-tied because I'm so tired and I'm so done with the day. The kids love protein shakes as much as I do now, mostly because they understand the importance of protein, because when they don't feel good, they realize how protein helps them feel better. And it really does revive you when you feel weak, right? So we're each going to have 2 of those. They were under $1 a piece, which is really good. So we got, oh my God, like so much fresh produce, berries, so much stuff to add to what we already have to work with. So between our pantry already being so stocked for so long with Azure grains and whatever, legumes and stuff, and we actually have an Azure order coming, I think on the 20th. And then the next day, I think, is Fat Tuesday. And I hardly ever fry food because I just think it's messy and it's really fattening. But I think we are going to do what the kids love for Fat Tuesday. I'm going to fry some homemade beignets, and I'm going to fry some hush puppies. And I don't think we even have any good seafood, or nor would I pay for it out here. But it's just some stuff to have some fun party food to eat for Fat Tuesday. We're not Catholic, by the way. It's just that I was raised in Southern Louisiana. I went to Catholic school when I was little. And it's just a thing, you know. Once you've been on the Gulf Coast, you just have, what do you call it? A culture, I guess, that you just don't ever want to lose. So I think that's it. Oh, we got stuck buying chemical salt. I couldn't find any sea salt there. And I really don't like using this stuff. I've got to get some sea salt. I ordered some with my Walmart order last time. And apparently they didn't give it to me. So we actually went and did a $40 food haul, even though we just spent $130 yesterday because we were in town for other things. And I just noticed this can has weird stuff on it. Oh, that's what you get for grabbing stuff in a hurry, right? Someone spilled creeper juice all over this can of chili. Let's hope it was another can that busted and not this one. Okay, so they wanted chili with beans. Got those. They're like $1.50 something each. And we found these salads for $1.99, which is not the best, but it's not bad. Because I usually make these 2 different meals, so it's like $1 a meal, and I got 3 of those. And of course, always the chips. Got a ton of these for $2. Most of them look like they're in really good shape, except for the very tippy tops. And I will probably chop them and freeze them in little sections so that I have them if I don't think they'll, stay fresh long enough. Because the flavor's still really good if you do it in stir fry and things. Got some tomatoes, bananas, lemons. Those were on a pretty good sale. And I don't remember the price. Got these chicken strips, and they were basically $3 a pound. I was like $8.99 for 3 pounds. And I know the kids love those, so that's okay. Got more crackers. They're actually a little over $1. Got clearance almond milk, even though it's not my favorite, which is sugar-free, unsweetened or whatever. And the soy sauce, I did not like the price for, but I got it anyway because I didn't want to go into Walmart for it. It's $1.60, $1.80 something. Milk. And this was 2 non-food items. I needed some bags. They did not have good options. And then, of course, a dinged up toothpaste for $1. So that's pretty much it. It was probably at $45 of food. And I know we're going to Hot Springs. That trip got postponed because of the flooding. So we'll go later this month. And I don't want to get much because we've been spending too much on food lately. And so we will probably only get what's on sale there. I haven't been doing videos of all the food that I've been eating for the last few days because I'm completely shot. I have been shot. I'm tired. I'm barely making it through life. But I will tell you, the one thing I have enjoyed lately is all the veggies. Tons of veggies. I'm so excited. I figured I would show this. This is my lunch breakfast, which I do a lot because I don't usually eat a breakfast. It's noon. And I have some eggs and I have Brussels sprouts. It's like 2 servings of Brussels sprouts. Trying to do like the half veggie thing whenever I can. And I have 1 serving of mozzarella on there, and I use maybe half a teaspoon, if that, of olive oil that I cooked it in. So that is about a 400-calorie breakfast. Lunch, breakfast and lunch, brunch. And that's not bad for all the nutrition in there. Here is my dinner. So today is probably a super healthy day, thankfully. I feel better when I'm not eating as many lectins. The potato technically has some. And I have noticed kind of a difference in my pain levels. And this morning I had, the eggs or the Brussels sprouts. And then I have not, well, that was like a brunch lunch. So I didn't have anything else until dinner except for a spoon of peanut butter, which I know has lectins too. I'm trying. And so if you include the half and half out of my coffee, and I have had 2 emergency packets because I'm trying to make sure we don't get sick. We've been going out so much lately. So that would only be 1,000 calories so far today. I'll probably eat me something later on before bed to make sure I'm not eating too little. Because like everyone, I'm sure y'all know, if you eat too little, it's like all of a sudden you're going to have this ravenous day where you can't quit eating. But this whole meal is only 330 something calories. It is 2 servings of Brussels sprouts. It is 6 ounces of potato, 1 serving of sour cream, and 1 serving of hummus. And that's just to kind of help get, flavor and fats and everything in there. So it looks so good and I can't wait to eat it. Yum, yum, yum. So I know I recorded yesterday my kind of brunch, lunch, and my dinner. I didn't show what I ate late last night, which was a little bit of oats with some frozen berries and a little bit of peanut butter powder. It was really good. I ended up eating almost 1,400 calories yesterday, but lots and lots of nutrition. And it made me start thinking, I was telling my daughter earlier how when I healed from a lot and I was doing the body ecology diet, no wonder I lost so much weight. You eat yourself skinny because there's you eat 80% vegetables. And even the whole food plant-based movement will say, half vegetables and half starch is moderate weight loss. And then 2/3 vegetables, 1/3 starch is extreme weight loss or something. And I was doing 4 parts veggies to 1 part starch or protein. I love the body ecology diet because it allows protein as well. You just don't combine your protein with your starch because of digestion reasons, so that if you have a weak liver or weak digestion from chronic illness, it's best to either eat just a protein or just a starch. And the body ecology diet is real picky about what kind of starch because it could feed candida and etc., right? Anyway, I am feeling really good doing this because I have tried to do body ecology since we moved out here, and I just can't. We live in a food desert. It's so hard to get affordable food. And a lot of times the fresh food is old, soggy, smushy, rotten. That's why I try so hard to grow my own vegetables. And it gets old. If you're eating 80% vegetables and you're eating nothing but frozen vegetables, it gets old. It really does. But I am like, I can do the halvesy thing that they suggested, the whole foods plant-based diet. And I don't have to do plant-based, but I don't mind eating a highly vegetarian diet. I love that, right? So I have my 3 farm eggs from my happy chickens. I do have a serving of mozzarella in there, and I have a bunch of broccoli right here. And it is about a half plate. And the whole thing is, including my coffee I had this morning with half and half in it, is 369 calories for everything. And it's almost 1 because I was like, I could eat earlier, but I decided to go ahead and roast broccoli first because I really love having my half vegetables with my food because it keeps you full longer and you just end up not eating as much overall throughout the day. And I know when I did body ecology, you like I said, you lose so much weight, but you don't go hungry. And vegetables may not have a lot of calories, but they have a lot of nutrition. So, the whole calorie in, calorie out thing, it is and isn't important. People have the tendency to think you're starving yourself if you are not eating enough calories. But if you're eating tons of nutrition, you feel so satisfied, and you do eventually level out to a healthy weight where your body eats what it needs to eat to be satisfied. So anyway, I'm happy I have this. And I know I'm thinking, man, how fast am I going to run out of veggies? I have run out so fast. When I eat a lot of veggies, it goes fast. So I can't wait to start growing stuff too. I love the magic of this place. You hear the frogs. I'm out here starting on my seed trays. And I just get to hear the magic of frogs. Wind chimes. It's so peaceful here. I love it. In February, by the way. Frogs are active and happy in February. So I think we're doing chicken tostadas tonight, but I ended up making me a big broccoli salad while we have some fresh veggies, and I don't know if I'll eat any chicken tostadas or not tonight. I might later, but I really just want to eat this right now. It looks so good. It's got red onion in there, a little bit of cilantro, and lots of fresh broccoli, and I miss fresh veggies. So this is the only thing I even want to eat. So here is my simple, easy breakfast. I hardly ever eat this early. I'm so proud of myself. It's like 10:30. It's only because it's leftovers and easy. And I usually try to eat more veggies right now, but I had some of this late last night, so I brought my calories up to a decent amount. And I was going to show how cheap this is for a lot of you who really want cheap food. You know, these tortillas, they are literally 3.5 cents a piece when you buy the 80 count at Walmart. So super cheap. The cheese, when you buy the big 2 pounds of cheese and you wait until they're on sale for $7 a pound, I just don't buy them unless they go on a really good sale. I got it for like $6.99 a pound. So for a serving and a half, because there's half an ounce on each side, so, or on each tortilla, so that was like 32 cents for the cheese, right? The chicken actually is pretty cheap because it was chicken that we canned when it was under $1 a pound. So that's really cheap too. So this whole meal is very likely under $1. And the most expensive part was the tomato, which is sad. But like I said, we live in a food desert, so they overcharge for everything here. For lunch, I'm just going to have some broccoli and rice since I ate a breakfast already, which was a pretty filling breakfast. It was almost 400 calories for my breakfast, and like I said, under $1 for all of that, which is really good. This is really cheap too. I mean, rice is only like on average 5 to 15 cents a serving, and especially when you buy it in big bags. And then the broccoli was some fresh broccoli I had gotten at Aldi. It just still left over, and I made a peanut sauce with soy sauce, peanut butter powder, a little bit of nutritional yeast to get some B vitamins in there. And this is only like 50 to 70 calories at the most, if you count the Burrs yeast. And the protein powder actually adds 6 more grams of protein, because this is not a very high protein meal, obviously. There's about 6 in the broccoli and about 6 in the protein powder. So at least it gives me some between, if you can get like at least 10 grams of protein and then a lot of fiber, you usually stay full a lot longer. And I know I should be having more than that, but you know, protein is expensive. So I'm finally putting a few seeds out in my garden, and this is just one little raised bed. And you know, you really did that. You really did that, Henry. He hadn't been crowing till I pushed record. Yeah, that's how nice he is. Thanks, Henry. Oh my God, now he's got the ducks going. So I put in 2 rows of turnips. Yeah, I want to slap him, but I can't. He's got too small of a head. Okay, 1 row of bunching onions, 1 row of beets, and then 2 rows of the yellow heart winter choy. And you know, I hear these permaculture people saying things like you shouldn't remove the weeds because the weeds are competing for chlorophyll and you should leave them. And I'm thinking, so I know they'll get out of hand. I want so bad to be Mrs. Permaculture, but I'm also at odds with it. I had used that black plastic forever too because of cats. cats, that rescue cats that like to poopy and everything, but this is fenced in, so let's see. But see the herbs in here? There is henbit and chickweed, so those are all really good medicinals for us and for the chickens. So I kind of like letting those grow anyway. I can't wait for turnips. Oh, I can't wait. Turnips. Yum, yum, yum. I'm going to show my Azure order that we got today. We really mostly got stuff for the birds. I got some wheat bran that was cheap, some barley, and then some of the scratch and peck, just the scratch, because actual feed is just so expensive now. It's gone up like, I don't know, $7 or more. I got a 3-pack of these organic sprouted bagels, and I got powdered sugar. I like having some of the sugar options that are way better for us, because if we're going to have sugar, you know, if you buy regular sugar in the store, unless you get the cane sugar, a lot of times it is that GMO beets, and it's just, I don't like all of that crap they spray on it and everything else. We got some pinto beans. I got 4 packs of these. Usually I'll order like big 8-pound bags from Walmart or something, but I thought I would get some of these this time. Got some noodles for the kiddos. They love this type of curly macaroni. It's kind of like the stuff they used to put on CC's pizzas when they make mac and cheese pizza. And of course some cane sugar for baking. We did get us some honey. Got 2 things of honey and a molasses. We did go by Kroger, and I wanted to get a little bit of fresh food. We spent $21. Did I say Kroger? I did say Kroger. In my mind, I'm so tired. Yeah, we went to Walmart, and we got just a couple of things of bananas, and I got 3 of these on clearance because these are really good. Now, you know, sometimes when you get the salad kits, there's so many calories. I'll just give the kids the dressing and the additive stuff because I just don't like all the calories. But this one's not so bad. It's only 100 per serving and 3.5 servings per container, which we all know that's not true. There's about 2 servings per container. But that's 350 calories, so that's not very, you know, a bad thing. I mean, you can eat the whole thing for 350 calories, right? And got 2 of those. We did get a little bit of cheese. And I didn't want to get too much because if the kids went through that cheese, of course they will. They'll go through cheese like crazy. So we have little mozzarella left. The cheddar is all gone already. We got a milk and we got some clearance donuts for the kiddos. And that is about it. And it still ended up costing us $21 for cheese, salad, bananas, clearance donuts, and milk. But remember, we spent $170 on food last Monday and Tuesday or something. And then we are going to Hot Springs. I keep saying we're going, and then we never get to because of the weather. And we're going to go this week. So I don't think I'll be able to get very much when we do go because we spent so much last week.